Hello. We're gonna talk about some simple survival things in the game The Front. So if you've played The Front at all, or you're looking to get into playing The Front, there's a few things to think about early game. One of them is acquiring experience, and the other thing is acquiring resources. Now, early game, it it I'm not going to say it's difficult. It is a little bit time consuming to go around and get resources. There's talents that help you acquire more per node. There's also talent that has the potential to break the node instantly and give you the full yield of that node. Um, so it's survival. Yeah, so here you have the talent that correspond to different ores for metal. Same thing with the elite lumberjack for wood getting. That's very handy to have. Um, but the biggest thing is ore analyst grants a 6% chance to immediately break the ore. That's a really good thing to have. So whether you're using a jackhammer or you're using a pickaxe, when you're hitting that node, there's a random potential for to, like I said, break immediately. So, yeah, definitely spend some time, go to the churches, collect books, make sure you invest into your talent tree, and that's going to help you a lot progress through the game. Because early game, getting everything together to make like a decent base and to get the shards, make the trap hallways for the space beacon, you're definitely going to spend some time farming in this game. This vehicle, it's one of the first vehicles you unlock, the simple off-road vehicle. It's pretty good. Pretty good. No real complaints about it. It only goes about 35, which is the same same as the camel truck. So it's not super fast, but it gets you places and it doesn't burn your stamina. So yeah, early game, you're going to be running around, you're going to be finding resources. You'll come across these pits, and they're very visible on the map. It's it looks like a little crater, okay? And after you discover it, you're going to see an icon on the map. We can turn all the icons off, though. And there's the mines. So all these little purple indicators, these are all different types of ore, okay? The one we're currently at is a copper mine. So coming here is really beneficial for you. You're gonna need some guns. So at the start of the game, the thing that got me through the most of the game, honestly, was the double barrel shotgun. Very easy to make. Is cheap if you lose it. The shells super cheap to create. Probably one of my favorite guns. This and the Trop SMG, just for doing like PvE stuff. And to be fair, I did get in a little bit of PvP with the double barrel, and it's a double barrel shotgun. It does the trick. So anyhoozle, so you're gonna find these craters. Aside from finding all the different types of ore in the open world, if you're in an area that doesn't really have a lot of rocks to run around and hit, I would definitely recommend spending some time and going to all these different craters, because if you get the talents corresponding to ores and you happen to get yourself a blueprinted jackhammer or a blueprinted pickaxe, it'll have a potential to have a higher collection rate. So obviously, if you get yourself a really good jackhammer, I think this one's about collection rate, which we'll show you this right now. So there's farming with the pickaxe, pretty basic, you know, pretty basic, plain Jane. You get about 12 iron, but that's, you know, we have some points put into it. This is just a primitive jackhammer. When I got into the jackhammer, honestly, it changed the whole game. Right? We don't have any gas. Hold on here. Are you shooting at me? Oh, stop! I'm friendly. You always forget something. Okay, so this guy's shooting at you. If I could actually hit these guys, that would be great. Alright. Anywho, grab some gasoline. Okay. So, you gotta have a little bit of gas in your inventory. You press the reload button, so tap R. It'll show an inventory of 10. There you go. Take your jackhammer, hit the copper node, or the whatever resource node you're hitting, right? And you go around this pit, and between clearing out the AI and farming your ores, you're gonna get a bunch of resources. Okay? Obviously, like I mentioned, make sure you're collecting stuff, right? So as you're going around farming in all these different pits, you're going to be getting experience from 1, farming the ores, 2, killing the AIs, and 3, you're going to be getting your talent books and ether shards, which you use for crafting and also unlocking your tech, all your tech. I guess these would be like your engrams or whatever. So yeah, make sure you're doing your looting. So another thing I want to just quickly mention, if you kill a whole bunch of AI and they're all in one pile and you notice the bags disappearing, it's not actually just, they all just consolidate into one bag. So if you ever thought that was down, that's kind of what's happening. So with the tools, there's stone tools, then there's iron tools. For the sickle, there's actually a steel sickle as well. I will say the higher quality items are going to give you better resource yield. So if you use a stone sickle, you might only get 1 to 2 plant, plant mucus. If you use a steel sickle, you're gonna get a lot more, and a lot more fiber and everything, right? So the better quality tools, 100%, much better. Okay, so we're gonna go find 2 nodes, and we're gonna do some testing. What is this? That's 2 copper nodes. Okay, so here's primitive jackhammer with 100% gather rate, so that's 24 copper. And legendary, I think that's 220% collection rate. Yep. Boom. Okay, so we got 30. So 24 versus 30. And the pickaxe, 14. So the pickaxe gets 14, the primitive jackhammer gets 24, and the legendary gets you 30. So if you want a lot of ore, you want a lot of resources, you're gonna have to get into the power tools, and you're gonna have to do some looting. Down in the higher tier areas, you're gonna get the better quality loot. So you're gonna get better blueprints, potential pre-crafts, that sort of thing. That's where I got the jackhammer blueprint. But then after that, it doesn't matter. Like you go around to these different pits, and you get your resources, and by doing that, you might clear this out and get about, I don't know, 1,400 to 2,000 copper and probably about 2,000 stone to go with it. So definitely do your looting, do your shooting, level up. Like I said, early game, the more you farm and the more stuff you're crafting, if you keep all your crafting area in like one small space, and you're crafting stone arrows in your inventory while all your stuff is crafting, you're gonna soak up a lot of experience that way. Early game, if you're farming and you have stone arrows crafting in your inventory, again, you're doubling down on your experience gathering. So I would recommend that to a friend. Make stone arrows. They're cheap. Like, we have the stuff to make stone arrows right now. Right? And I think it's about 9.8 for craft of a stone arrow, which then you can use those stone arrows in ballista turrets and make like a little barrage for your space beacon defense. So it's kind of like a win-win, right? That'll help you level up. I know it helped me a ton to level up early game, so definitely think about it. Stone arrows. Okay, so I think that's everything I want to really cover. There are attachments for the different tools. So let's see, we have the pickaxe. We have the jackhammer. Oh, hey friend. Pickaxe fight. Let's go. Win. Okay, so you'll see these both have attachment slots for modifications. So the pickaxe is going to take efficient mining and anti-wear and tear. Ore collection. Ore collection efficiency plus 15% can only be equipped to pickaxes and jackhammers. And anti-wear and tear, tool durability loss minus 20% can only be equipped to melee tools. But interestingly enough, your jackhammer here, you can put these mods onto the jackhammer. That's going to increase the duration of your tool and also make it a little bit more efficient. Not that it even needs to be, but yeah, you'll notice. You'll notice it. So if you want to be playing in the big game, want a lot of resources, get into the blueprinted tools and invest into your talent tree. Ore analyst, copper miner, lead miner, definitely spend the time, rank those up. I don't even have mine ranked up all the way, but the amount, like ore analyst, the amount that procs while you're using a jackhammer, super worth it. For farming wood, this is something I didn't really cover, but I will cover. There is a wood tractor in this game, and I think it's fantastic. When you're using the hand tools, like you get a jackhammer and a chainsaw, the jackhammers work really well, and rightfully so. The chainsaw works really well. It's same thing, but with the chainsaw, you're gonna run around to every tree. You're gonna cut it down, and you're gonna take your inventory of stuff back to base. With the tractor, the wood getter, all you do is drive it into a tree. You don't press any button. You don't have to take the tool out and start it. So for the value of lumber it gets per tree versus how easy it is, no, it's not going to be efficient as say using a legendary chainsaw with 220 efficiency or collection rate rather. But what will happen is you can fill the tractor's inventory, then take that to your character's inventory, and then fill it again. So when you're doing your wood runs, if you use the wood getter, you're gonna end up coming back with like 12 to 13,000 wood. Whereas even if you have a bunch of inventory slots, and you have cool armor and the backpack and everything, you're gonna come back with 4 to 6,000 wood. So for myself personally, I recommend, yeah, maybe make a wood tractor, drive around, collect lumber, because it's one thing that you can do and it's easy. That's perfect. I haven't gotten to the point of testing the ore truck yet, but we'll test it in a little bit. Gotta get my farming game on, and I have to unlock a little bit more of my tech tree. But yeah, the logging truck, I I would probably recommend it because, like I said, if you're coming back to base with 12 to 13,000 lumber versus 6,000 lumber, not bad. If you're just trying to keep a low profile and, not really attract too much attention, yeah, maybe use a blueprinted axe or, you know, because that was one of the things I was thinking about with these jackhammers and everything early game, is when you're running around, people hear it, right? So if you're just trying to be sneaky and get resources, go around with your pickaxe and your hatchet and get your stuff. Also, early game, I would recommend place down a couple dew collectors. Running out of water sucks. In this game, you kind of just, you die of thirst. Same thing for food. Fish basket. If you place down a bunch of fish baskets in the water, you'll get a ton of fish. Just check it the next day, you'll have a couple hundred fish. Thing that's so fantastic about it, increases max stamina 25 minutes, max up 30 minutes. So, more fish you eat, the more stamina you get to a certain point, right? So yeah, it's pretty good. I think. Wait, was it? Yeah, increase the max. So yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. If you want to see more content, if you didn't mind this incredibly terrible video, please hit like and subscribe. Keep the channel going, and enjoy your time in the front. Pretty fun game. Try stuff out, learn things, share things, and most of all, have fun.